Let's start with this question. How long will it take you to actually get into court? Well, it depends on the county, but generally it's taking 9 months to 12 months to more to get your case heard before the judge. So that means from the time you file the petition for dissolution to the time you get a trial date, you have about a 1 year wait. Now, supposing you are a parent and you have no money coming in because your spouse was the homemaker and there's a mortgage to pay and you guys aren't getting along and maybe there's been some violence or history of violence, what are you to do for that year? That's what this edition of Anatomy of a Divorce covers. It covers interim support, also sometimes referred to as pedenti liti support. So pedenti liti, otherwise known as interim support, is a little different from other things that you might ask for a court because it requires you to go to court first to obtain a show cause order, which means that once you get the show cause order, the court will put the pedenti liti motion on the court's docket. So you have to go to court, present a motion, an affidavit saying, this is the support I want. Can I get on the court docket to get a judge to hear this? The judges will grant this as a matter of course. I've never had a pedenti liti motion denied, but it's one interim step. I don't want to use the word interim again, but it's an interim step that you need to go through in order to get interim support. So the next question is, what kind of support is available? And this is laid out in the Oregon Revised Statutes in Chapter 107. So the things that you can ask for are suit money, which is attorney fees to cover the divorce. So if one of the spouses has all the money and the other doesn't have any money, you can go to court and say, I want $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 to cover my attorney fees until I get to court. You can also ask for the court to grant you spousal support, interim spousal support. And this is very common in the same kind of situation where maybe one of the spouses has been the homemaker, staying at home raising the kids, and the wife is out working and making a good salary. And so the husband will ask wife for some interim support to cover her costs during the pendency of the trial. A party can also ask for temporary custody and for temporary child support. And they can also ask for exclusive use of the home or other personal property, for example, a car. So those are the types of interim support that you can go to court and ask for before the trial. Now, here's the rub. With the pandemic and post-pandemic, it is sometimes taking a long time to get the interim support hearing. So I said earlier that it may take 9 months or a year to get to court for the trial. It may take you 8 months or 11 months or whatever to get the hearing for interim support. So you may be waiting almost up until the time of trial because there's not a judge available to hear your request for interim support. The other thing to know about interim support is that it's not that different. The requirements for each of the things that I mentioned are not that different from what you'll be asking for a trial. So, for example, if you're asking for custody of the kids, of the minor kids, you still have to go and prove that it's in the kid's best interest for you to have custody. If you want spousal support, you're still putting on the same evidence that you're going to put on at trial to get the spousal support. So it can tend to be kind of a expensive procedure if it's only going to save you 2 or 3 months. Back in the day, if you filed the motion and then you got it a month later and trial was still a year out, it made sense. But now it doesn't. You're still going to file the motion, but if it's 9 months or 11 months out, it doesn't make sense just to put it on and then go to trial the next month. Again, I'm Stephen Laskin. I'm a divorce attorney in Portland. I've been practicing law here in Oregon since 1992. I hope you found this helpful. Next, we're going to talk about alternative dispute resolutions.